The first ever interview where you have a cat on a leash inside because he's so introverted. Hi, girls and their cats. Come on in. I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm Kate, and this is Arlo. I'm a publisher. I work at an art magazine. He's 3 years old, so I got him as a kitten. I got him when I first moved to Brooklyn during COVID. I lived for a decade on the Upper West Side of Manhattan in a tiny apartment that wasn't really well suited to have a cat. But when I moved to Brooklyn and I had obviously more space and I was more mentally prepared to have a cat, one of the first things I wanted to do was acquire a cat. This was again during COVID, so a lot of the shelters were closed and you couldn't really go see the cats in person. I ended up doing actually a number of Zoom interviews with cats. Most of the cats were older because a lot of shelters in New York City don't allow you to get a kitten by itself. They really want you to get two so it has a friend. But I have a belief that kittens can be happy on their own, kind of dependent on their personality. Richmond has an absolutely incredible SPCA, and they do allow you to adopt kittens solo. And they were actually letting people come in and see the cats in person despite COVID. So on Saturday, there was like a run on all the kittens. When I went on Sunday morning, Arlo was actually the only kitten that was still there. I just couldn't leave without taking him. He sort of had a personality, I guess I could recognize. Both of us are definitely introverts, likable, but you know, have some anxiety. I have a really busy, demanding job and I have to travel a lot for work. And I think it was something I was always highly conscious of when I was thinking about getting a cat. It's a huge responsibility and it's one that I really took very seriously. But I think the thing is, it's, you know, I would say not dissimilar probably from having a child. Nobody's really ready. You just kind of do it. The moment you do, you're just so glad because it adds so much to your life. And he's certainly like that for me. Given everything that's going on in the world, it's always nice to have somebody at home who kind of is oblivious to all of it.
Has he helped with your anxiety?
I wouldn't say I have formal anxiety. I'm an introvert that typically reads to people like an extrovert.
Have you helped with his?
I think that that's probably a harder question. You know, he's always kind of had this shyer personality, again, hence the leash, to make sure that he's not hiding during this interview. He's always been kind of reserved, but he also opens up to people once he gets to know them. I really appreciate that he's, you know, he's very gentle. He's not aggressive. I think he has an inclination to sort of view any unknown as kind of a threat. I wish that was sort of an attribute that he had less of because sometimes it makes me sad that he's just so scared when there are sounds outside or in the hallway. We definitively decided that his celebrity twin is Randy, the little brother from A Christmas Story. Randy is this kind of like shy, kind of feckless personality, but he's so sweet and he likes to hide in cabinets when he's worried that there's going to be a bad outcome. The way a cat presents to the outside world is always different from the way a cat presents inside of its own environment and space and with its people. I think that's something that's really special. There's lots of cat stuff in a subtle way that I think toes the line between too much and appropriate. This is probably my favorite. I was in Switzerland. There's a region of Switzerland called Thun, and this is kind of their signature ceramic style from the mid 20th century where it has like the Edelweiss, and it's a wine carafe. So the head comes off. This is from a really amazing ceramicist who's based in the Hudson River Valley called Wildbower Studio. I'm a Bridgewater black and white cat with the text on the inside. This is actually my absolute favorite. The magazine that I used to work for would host a Valentine's event every year. And my very good friend, who was the production manager of the magazine, designed this as like the poster for the Valentine's event, the two cats playing with a heart. Lots of cat ephemera in here too. This absolutely absurd hair clip that is so decorative that it's not functional as a hair clip. This clip means business. So you're actually debuting the clip. Oh my God, it's so good. Many of these objects are available for you at the New York Public Library gift shop. This is my favorite Arlo object that I own. This is from a local Brooklyn designer called Zozo's General. She does custom pieces. Sent her a picture of Arlo. She did the little like half nose and the yellow eyes. Obviously on the bottom it says Arlo Cat, which is his government name. So this I did right after I got Arlo, and I'm embarrassed by it. So I can't believe I'm actually showing this to you.
That is so charming.
I was bored one weekend. There's an amazing artist who has his work on Instagram who kind of does it in this style. I kind of mimicked him, and I made this portrait in which Arlo's eyes are far too big. But actually, you know, it sort of captures his essence because he has a
Startled.
cat. This I got in Portland, Maine. It's a Christmas ornament, but I like it because it reminds me of like the cow jumps over the moon, but it's a cat. I think this is also from Maine. It's an incense holder. And then this is from a Christmas ornament store in Germany that didn't have any actual ornaments. So I got this weird, like, microscopic cat. This, which is also a major plug, this is by Ben Lenovitz. He is the son of the owner of Fish's Eddy in Manhattan. They have absolutely amazing homewares from all of these like classic American manufacturers. Ben has an entire studio set up in the back of Fish's Eddy, and he does these nights where you can kind of come and bring your pet or bring a picture, pay what you wish, and he donates the proceeds to an animal shelter. I went one night, I didn't take Arlo because that would have killed him. I have my priciest, most fragile cat object, which is this from John Darien. I need to have all of these like framed or hung up, but
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. So this is part of my dad's birthday present. I couldn't not get this, but I also don't have space for it in my house, so it has to live in somebody else's house. Let's be clear, featured prominently. The only reason it's not with the others is because it doesn't fit on the shelf. This is the most misleading, I think, of the artifacts in my home. This makes it seem as if Arlo is intimidating and could serve the utility of being a guard cat, which...
The most important question.
Yes.
Where do you keep your litter box?
Oh, this is, as I have said to so many people, the best investment I have ever made. I spent an inordinate amount of money on this object that I will never admit to anyone, although I will tell you where it's from. A company called Tuft and Paw. They make a quality product. And I don't think they actually have this one anymore, but they have something very similar to it. You are kind of spending money, obviously, on sort of a hiding mechanism. It has a drawer, and you put a normal litter box in here.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And then it just slides back in, and it's obviously very easy to keep clean, and it affords him a nice amount of privacy, and people don't know that it's a litter box. World's best. It's all I've ever used. We used it for my childhood cat too. I like it because he doesn't track it. It doesn't, when he jumps out, there's very little that joins him on the floor. So it's pretty easy to keep clean. We have a lot of enrichment areas here, even though this apartment is extremely small. Montessori toy, very Amish wooden looking thing, which he exclusively uses at 3 a.m. And you know, that's what it sounds like. He loves paper. When he was a kitten, we used to joke that he was like Michael Scott. He likes to kind of tunnel himself under it, so where his head and his tail will be sticking out. Amazing corrugated paper that I buy in mass on Amazon in rolls. This is what was supposed to be a human-sized floor/meditation pillow that he completely took over the moment that I got it.
Okay, bye.
Bye. These are his toys. This mouse has seen some things, but he loves it. This is his second favorite. We call these puffs. He loves them. It's what precipitates the leaps. We decided to send off for his DNA, and you do like a cheek swab. We were very convinced that Arlo was like the world's first tuxedo Turkish Angora, which obviously turned out to be wildly incorrect. His breed analysis was primarily Maine Coon and Ragdoll, which I love for him. These are what I feel is kind of a fail on my part because I do ceramics and I've yet to make him cat bowls. I really bought into the whole narrative around whisker fatigue. Supposedly if you have a kind of bowl that's too narrow and their whiskers hit it as they're eating, it's really uncomfortable for them. He loves water, and I'm lucky because he will only eat dry food. I've tried absolutely every form of wet food, including the wet version of his dry food.
Some cats just do
He
not
wants
like
nothing
wet
to
food.
do with it. Yeah. He is a Purina Pro Plan Adult Complete Essentials kind of a guy. And this is the chicken and rice formula, and he will only eat chicken flavored anything. He will not eat fish. He will not eat turkey. Is my absolute favorite product of all time. Just like a little sprinkle after each cleaning. Perfect. Essential for Maine Coons. Paw and bum wipes.
Ooh!
Because
do that.
oh, do you ever? Obviously, when you have a long-haired cat, they have a lot of hair back here. And I used to take him to get what they call sanitary trims. I had a few incidents when I did that. They had shaved his toe tops off additionally to his rear area, or they'd like shaved his entire stomach. And it was so just undignified, and we could not go through that again. So I developed my own method of dealing with this myself. This is not the official standard, like, certified cat groomer protocol. And note that I'm not left-handed and this is my left hand, but this is what we do. We flip him upside down like this, and we balance him on the leg, and we pull the tail out, and we just do like a little, we do a little sniffing down here. He's pretty good about it.
Yeah,
He's
no.
just like when he goes to the bed. He doesn't fight it. He doesn't like it. But we get it done. Look at this.
Stop. Those are so cute.